Well, first of all, we need to define what culture is. Culture is a set of knowledge, ideas, traditions, worldview, and customs that characterize a people, a social class, a group, an era, and may be formed by language, beliefs, values, etc. People from different cultures express and celebrate their cultural identity in many ways. For example, music. Many cultures have their own style of music that is particular to that culture. Most of the times they use their own instruments and they use music as an expression of their cultural identity. Dances, which are normally demonstrated at important events where they get to express their emotions, feelings, thoughts, for example, the African dances. Language. The language is another really unique way of expressing a culture. As we could see in the video titled If the World Were a Village, they talked about the different type of languages in the different continents. For example, Asia, where they speak Chinese, Japanese, Hindi, Russian, and many more. Clothes. Some cultures have a traditional dress. Sometimes this traditional dress is worn every day or sometimes only on special occasions depending on the culture. Diet. Cuisine is another important factor in the expression of a culture. For example, when I went on an exchange to Canada, I stayed with a Chinese family, and their way of expressing their own culture was by cooking me their own traditional dishes. Religion. People express their cultural identity by participating in the religious practices and customs. We also have the celebrations and sports. For example, the Majin Ball game. It meant a ritual of great political and religious importance that symbolized the regeneration of life and served to guarantee the cosmic order. All these are examples and ways in which people express their culture, preserving and practicing their traditions, respecting their culture and the culture of others. In other words, they enter the process of acculturation. Finally, they also express their culture when ancestors transmitted to the young to safeguard their culture. The answer is yes, it is possible. Who am I? Where am I from? Where do I fit? Why does everyone else know where they're from and I don't? These are some of the questions third culture kids ask themselves every day. But what is it being a third culture kid? Well, it refers to infants who have been raised with a different culture from their parents, or the one that would correspond to them due to the nationality of their passport. This could also occur in adults in what is known as the adult third culture kid. Retaking the video seen in class titled Third Culture Kid, one of the men who told the story of him as a third culture kid mentioned that he was born in Pakistan and when he was only 3 years old he moved to Australia, then to Jakarta, Indonesia, China, Boston, Canada, and Shanghai. Children of the third culture are people who have grown up living with thousands of cultures, to which they have become attached, some more than others or even questioned. But the truth is that these cultures have had a great impact in their lives. They have become bicultural people who find it very difficult to adapt, but to some extent create the ability to always be searching for a change. As one of the interviewees mentioned in the video, you can have a sense of belonging to different groups regardless of where you are, when you find a sense of communality with these people. So the answer is yes, it is possible for someone to belong to several cultural groups.